Elio Madania is well known to a lot of Torontonians, especially those who are Italian. He has been a major player for many, many years, doing so many and accomplishing so many things that really it takes a book to talk about. He's written this book called Divine Passion to Help Others, and he quotes Matthew 25:40. I say to you, inasmuch as you did it to one of the least of these, my brethren, you did it to me. And he's a man who has not only been very successful in business, but has really been very successful in ministry. And Elio, I really enjoyed your book. In fact, I was saying to you just a moment ago, as I was reading it, there are several places there where you've got full-fledged sermons. I mean, a lot of pastors could benefit from what you say here, especially about giving to others and caring for the needs of others. Is this something that was always a part of your life, or was it a latter-day development?
Well, in a sense, it was part of my life all along, because when I was only 18 in Italy, I went through an experience which is too long to relate, but I ended up being out of my home, poor, with nothing, and I was taken into the home of a poor family, and for 2 years, they took care of me. And eventually, somebody in the United States heard about my situation, and without knowing me, they offered to pay all my expenses to come to North America. And a year and a half later, I had already saved up some money. So I called one of these 3 ladies that had paid for all my expenses and said, I want to pay you back. She said, what do you mean pay us back? You don't owe us any money. And I said, well, but you paid for all my expenses. They said, but we didn't do it to you, we did it unto the Lord. I said, but I still want to pay you back. And she said, listen, if you really want to pay us back, there's only one way to do it. When you meet people in great need, do like we did. And that changed my life. From that time on, I realized I had the debt to pay, and I could never pay it back, because what I could have done with a check for maybe $1,500 at that time, the poor will always be there, and I'm in debt, and I'm still paying that debt.
Yeah, how is it that you rose to such prominence in the Italian community? Was it just because of your success? You started with insurance, and then you got into bottling soda, and one thing led to another, and you became very successful. Was it because of that, or was it because you chose to get involved in the community with a lot of fundraising for good causes and really working with Italians?
I became involved with church, and I had a program on radio in the Italian language.
Was that on CHIN, C-H-I-N?
C-H-I-N.
Yeah.
I became involved in founding the Federation of Italian Associations and Clubs. Then I became president of that, and during my term of 4 years, 2 terms, I was involved as a founding president of Bella Colombo, the beautiful home for senior citizens, which surpasses most of them in North America.
I mean, I've heard it's like a 5-star hotel. It's just gorgeous.
It's a beautiful place.
Now, let me just look at Elio Madania for a minute. You were a very successful guy. You sold your business. You retired at age 57. You've been doing this remarkable work in the Dominican now for many years. How has this impacted you personally? What is different about you now that wasn't there when you were 57?
Well, you know, through my life, to do the things that I was involved in business and social and politics and so on and so forth, you have to wear sort of a mask. You have to create your own personality, and not necessarily what you are, but what you want to look. But once you get involved with the poor, you let all that down, and you are yourself. Yeah. And you don't have to dress up for it. Yeah. You don't have to build it up. And so it is so nice to be able to be yourself and enjoy seeing what God is able to do when you allow Him to take over. And He has taken over.